Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. It's Michael Day in the box here. We're at the Players Pool and Snooker Lounge in just outside Stoke-on-Trent for the third event of this year's Supreme Pool Series. It's the Supreme Masters. 128 players from the UK and beyond have come to the venue. There's nearly £30,000 worth of prize money going to be dished up over the weekend, from which £13,000 will go to our eventual champion on Sunday evening. And who says that one of these two players here we're going to be watching in a minute, wouldn't be any surprise at all to see them involved in the business end of proceedings come Sunday evening. It's Ben Davies, the IPA World Champion, versus Jordan Shepherd. It's going to be an absolutely fantastic match. I mean, honestly, don't blink. So much is going to be going on in this affair. All Welsh battle. I say it's black ball rules, so it's the first event of the season that's reverting to black ball rules. The previous two events, the Jason Owen Open and the Strachan Cup, were both world rules, so this is our first black ball event of the season. It's first to 11. Like I say, don't blink for this match, because I think it's going to be fast-paced. It's really going to be a real blockbuster. So obviously neither one of these two players need an introduction, really. And we know that Ben is the current IPA World Champion. Obviously they play to black ball rules, so this is his bag, as it were. These are the rules that he is most comfortable with. I think he's also as well the IPA professional #1 as well. I think he's recently taken that accolade from Mark Farnsworth, so he's #1 in the rankings too. But Jordan comes here with some really good form. He won an event a few weeks ago, and I think along the way he actually beat Ben, so this match has got a little bit of everything. Okay, so Ben won the lag, and he's just getting a foothold in the frame. Looks like a good chance to open up early advantage here, to draw first blood. We do have 3 other tables that we are streaming. There's 16 matches going on consecutively as we're talking now in the other arena. We're streaming 4 tables. Obviously, you can go over to our YouTube channel where you can see links to the all of those tables that we're streaming. Oh, he's had a kick there. You can hear the actual sound and direction of the ball. You can quite blatantly see that was a kick. You also heard the referee as well. He was counting down, so players actually have 45 seconds a shot. They will be warned with 10 seconds remaining, so that's the reason why you could hear the referee in the background sort of counting down. So I mean, from looking like Ben taking an early advantage, I mean Jordan's got couldn't really wish for an easier finish in this. He's literally just got to mind his work. He hasn't hit that, but I mean, obviously, he's got a big pocket with the red over the middle bag. You can drop this in. Yeah, that's no issues. So actually, we have Jed Ronan with us, who's doing. He's at the venue. He's the bookmaker for this event. He obviously is a very tough match to price up. I'm not quite sure what the 2 players initially started out as the prices, but just before the game, Jordan was the 8 to 11 favourite, and Ben was even money. So I think they might have started out at 5 to 6. So I think there was a bit of a movement in the market. So Jordan actually starts as the favourite for this match. I think a lot of that is to do with the form he's in. You know, one of the most exciting players we the English pool world has. He's really sort of entertaining when he's on form. Can be frustrating a little bit to watch as well. Sometimes he gets a little bit down on himself, but at the minute he seems to be in a fairly good place. So it looks as if he's going to fully capitalise on that error from, well, it wasn't an error from Ben. Ben had a kick, but Jordan won't be worried about that. He's taking a 1-0 lead, and it's his break, so no mistakes there. So just going back to, like I said, we've got a lot of action going on around the arena. We've got 15 other tables being played on at the minute. We've got a couple of results from earlier on. We saw previously Mick Hill. Mick's gone through, he went through 11-3, but there is a little bit of an issue with Mick's neck. We understand that he's had a bit of an injury issue, and actually his participation in the event was in real sort of doubt, and you could see against Mark Asprey's opponent earlier on this afternoon. He started off very slow, very gingerly, couldn't even sort of get down on shot. Towards the end of the match, he was a little bit more sort of free-flowing, and he did win quite comfortably 11-3, but that might be an ongoing story to keep an eye on with Mick. In terms of sort of other big names, we saw Mark Boyle first up this morning. He lost to fellow Scotsman Scott Gillespie. I think it was either 11-8 or 11-9. We've also seen as well Phil Harrison has actually lost. He lost to Darryl Whitworth. I think it was 11-8. So Phil Harrison, our champion from the last event, the Strachan Cup, immediately goes over to the losers' side. So that's a long way back for Phil. So already there's been a couple of stories emerging here at the Players Pool Lounge. Wow. What about that for a break? I guess the only bad thing there is that the black's gone on the cushion, but look at that, how many balls he's made 5 there, so not a bad split, that. Yeah, Nick Finn, who I'm Nick's substitute this weekend. I hope I don't blabber too much. We wish Nick well. He's just put something in the chat box about how Sheppy had been priced differently with other people. Like I say, it's real sort of you could say it's like a pick-em game for this match, sort of maybe 5 to 6. But I guess with the odds so delicately poised, if someone comes in with a bet, that will certainly move the markets. But like I say, Jordan looks very content at the minute. He's looking really good. I think he's just kind of resigned himself to the fact he's going to play the double on this black. He doesn't want to. He almost wants to sort of get parallel with the black, maybe just above it. Too much of an angle. It looks like possibly the double kiss could be on. So. The yellow that he's going to play the black into the double, could say it kind of opens up, but makes it a slightly bigger pocket. But if he was to hit too much of that yellow, it wouldn't go in. So it's not most straightforward of doubles, but I certainly expect Jordan. So yeah, he didn't even entertain it. And the little bit of emotion there from Jordan already. And, within a blink of an eye, he's sort of 2-0 up. And Ben's last shot was a kick when it was looking like he was going to take the first frame. So Jordan's fully capitalised on that kick there. Okay, yeah. So obviously, if you want to keep up to date with the scores around the arena, you can go over to Q School, where they've got all the sort of latest score lines and latest results. I'll just quickly go through a few sort of games here. We've got Chris Melling, who's playing. He'll come in with sort of confidence. Obviously, it was a different Q Sport discipline, but he won a World Pool Series event in Romania last week. He's actually 2-1 down to Joe Prince at the minute. Gareth Hibbert's just started. He's 1-0 down to Richard Swaffield. Carl Boys, obviously multiple time Mosconi Cup winner. He's 5-2 up on Ben Tanner. And Liam Dunster, the tour the series number 1, he's reached consecutive finals. He's in action against Matthew Schofield, but he's 7-6 down. So we could have another surprise result there. Obviously, there's no disrespect to Matthew, but obviously Liam started that game as favourite. So we'll keep an eye on that one as well, but we'll keep you updated. Anyway, in the meantime, going back to the stream table, Ben will be feeling a little bit happier that he's made a ball off the break. And again, the balls have just they've opened beautifully. He'll be eager to get a frame on the board here, Ben. Especially with what happened last time, might feel a little bit sort of a bit like a victim after getting a kick, and it was one of those shots where it was a little dink in the middle pocket, a little cut, where it's just completely sort of squared up and. We are live over a number of different platforms, so a number of different sort of pages on Facebook. We're obviously on YouTube as well. We've got the 4 tables that we're streaming at the same time, so you can go over YouTube if you want to have a look at the other matches, dip in and out. We do have sort of chat boxes open as well, so if you want to sort of any comments or any questions, anything like that, and I think you want to ask me, then just give us a little comment in the box. I'll try my best to answer it. We're also on Twitter this week as well, so if you are on Twitter, we'd really appreciate it if you could like the Players Pool Events Twitter account. I think the handle is social PBE, so if you don't mind, give us a little follow if you are on Twitter. Beard Productions is also on Twitter as well. We're streaming the coverage there as well. So if you are on Twitter, if you could share it as well. And also we're using the hashtag Supreme Pool Series as well. We're trying to obviously raise the profile of our great sport. Okay, so Ben took a little bit of sort of medicine there. He knew he couldn't really get very close to the red. He had to sort of concentrate on the red down the cushion, which was a little tricky one, so you may just have to play a little sort of deft cannon here. What that will do, I don't think he obviously tried to cannon into the yellows to obviously keep the white this end of the table, but that will do. I mean, he's a little bit hampered. You wouldn't expect Ben to miss this. Yeah, that's no issues for Ben Davies, and he'll be feeling a lot better about himself. So, we haven't, we've only been going a few minutes, and it's already 2-1 to Jordan. A few people asking about the real number 1, George Journey. He did win earlier on, so obviously the self-proclaimed tournament favourite is through to the next round. I think he might be playing the next session at 8 o'clock. So I'm not quite sure of the programme of streams. I don't know what we're going to be streaming in the next couple of sessions yet, but hopefully we'll find out if George will be on stream, so his millions of fans can obviously watch him in action. John Bishop's gone price boost 6-4 on the real number 1. I think that's quite generous, John. I mean, He's surely got to be odds on, hasn't he? There's another crunching break there from Jordan. And, he does sort of generate quite a lot of power in his break, and I think again this, you know, the supreme rack that we're using for this event, these you know, this series really sort of contributes to that. Somebody asking in the chat boxes about how to bet on this. Jed Ronan is the official bookmaker for the Supreme Pool Series. At the venue, he's only doing bets at the venue this time. So, if you did really want to bet on, you might need to contact somebody who's actually at Players, so they can put the bet on for you.
I know, but he's just chatting away and trying to concentrate. Extension.
Opportunity then. He's I think he's got a good angle here. I think he can drop up to the top of the table with the red on the cushion. Yeah, just bumped into yellow there. I'm not sure if that was his plan or not, but it's come out well. He's got a nice little angle now to just come out. Yeah, I think he can just obviously stun this dead and then yeah, that's good. That's well, you're saying that he's gone on a little bit further than we wanted to, so the cue ball's going to be coming away. I just wonder around that he's going to come up and down, use a cushion. Yeah, that's a good shot, Matt. So he's right on this, so he'd back himself to get this. Yeah, it's a good finish there from Jordan. So it's 3-1. So again, it's no mistake pool. So just looking at the matches around sort of the around the arena. So we'll just have a quick look. Jez Graham is playing Darren Appleton, but that frame's only just started. That's 0-0. Liam White is 3-0 up on Matt Brearley on table number 5. Gareth Hibbert, former world champion, is 2-0 down to Richard Swaffield. Chris Mellon is still trailing Joe Prince 3-2. Craig Marsh, another headline player in this series, another Welshman. He's 6-4 up on Lee Washbrook. Harjeet Singh, who had a fantastic event last time out. I think he was the best non-elite player. I think he got to the quarterfinals before losing to Phil Harrison, the eventual champion. He's actually 2-1 down to Ian Duffy as we currently speak. Callum Singleton is 2-1 up against Michael Steele. And Mark Farnsworth, another obviously big candidate for the event. He's currently 3-0 with Phil Malan. So another crunching break there from Ben. stopped him going in off, but that's not ideal. Yeah, and that caused obviously that caused quite a bit of a problem for Ben there. He was a little bit unlucky, obviously, for it to sort of travel around and not really leave himself in a favourable position. But nonetheless, he'll be disappointed he missed the ball into the middle. Yeah, nice double there from Sheppy. There's the trophy they're all playing for this weekend. It's a beautiful, beautiful trophy. Who'll be lifting that come Sunday evening? Let us know who you think, and in our one of our chat boxes, or contact us on social media. I don't know if he was. I'm pretty sure he hadn't played to leave the white there. I think he was possibly maybe playing the gap or trying to bring the white back a little bit further, but he's got a bit of a big pocket here, so yeah, doesn't need it. Sure that he had a suitable angle there, but this. Okay then, so Jordan finished off the niceties there, that frame. Okay, so we're just gonna have a quick another little look around the arena, the scores. We mentioned earlier about Liam Dunster, who's reached the final of the first two events on the series. He's now actually 8-6 down to Matthew Schofield, so he's got a little bit of work to do there if he wants to maintain his 2 lives. Obviously, you want to try and stay in the winners section for as long as possible. Just to explain that 16 players will qualify for the single elimination portion of the event. 8 will come through the winners side. Another 8 will come through on the losers side. So whoever loses this, it's not terminal for them. They will go back onto the winners losers side. Sorry, but it's obviously a long way back, especially so early in the event. So yeah, great chance for Ben here. He's just developed his awkwardish red, and really he's not got a lot of work to do here. He can be fairly confident that he's going to be taking the frame and reducing his arrears to 4-2. So we've got a few sort of comments in our chat boxes. We've got Matt Davies Skegg saying Ronan McCarthy or John McAllister to lift it. Yeah, why not? You know, they're going to be two players towards the top of the outright betting. Oh, that was a little bit of a skip of the heart there for Ben. Maybe I think he just did a little bit harder than we wanted to, but there's no dramas, and reduces his arrears to 4-2, and it is his breakneck, so opportunity to get it back to within one. There is there's a heel game on table 2 from the last session. It has gone on a little bit. It's between Yannick Beaufils and Scott Ross. That's gone 10-all. Yannick's from France. He's a former world finalist. He has been behind most of that match, so he's done really well to get back on level terms. So that's gone to a decider. Mike King from Exeter down in Devon. He was trailing Jamie Moray, but he's turned it around. He's now 4-3 up. Carl Boys is 6-3 up on Ben Tanner. Mark Farnsworth 4-all with Phil Milan. Dave Fernandez is 5-3 up on Martin Taylor. And Callum Singleton is now 2-all with Michael Steele.
Frame 7, Ben Davies to break, drilled 4 frames to 2.
Got a thumping break there, but not necessarily the best sort of connection. I mean, the cue ball did come up in the air, did make a fair noise, but it wasn't the cleanest of hits. And is Jordan going to be the beneficiary of that dry break? Because the Reds look pretty appealing here. Don't think he's quite got there on that red. It's the only sort of perhaps semi-protected red on the table. That's no good. Yeah, that's an unforced error. So I think I think Jordan might be looking at coming off the cushion here and trying to pot it that way. I mean, there's a chance of it going in, but more often than not, he's not going to pot that. But so he's passed up a good opportunity, and Ben's back at the table. Okay, so all of a sudden, you know, oh, wow. I wonder if that was a, I don't know if we can have another look at that, but I presume that was either a kick or a roll-off. And, well, that's, you know, the second time that's happened to Ben this match already. Now Jordan tried to play the skill shot, but unfortunately didn't get part two of the shot. It was a little tricky one because he was playing at an angle and he was, you know, stretching as well, so it wasn't the most comfortable of skill shots. But yeah, so Ben, if you're not familiar with the black ball rules, after a foul like that, you have a free hit, so it's a free visit. So 2 shots do not carry with black ball. So he just basically set up his set up the yellows, and really that should be his passport to 4-3. So a couple of unforced errors from Jordan over the last couple of frames. And again, Ben's not happy with that. It's not. I don't think that's how he anticipated it reacting. 2 players having a little bit of a laugh at that. I presume, you know, he's asking the referee to clean the cue ball, so I can only assume he got, you know, a kick or a skid or something like that. I mean, he should be, the black shouldn't pose any problems, but I think he's just wants to try and get a bit of insurance of not getting another kick. Yeah, that's fine. So that's Ben's second in a row, and he's now only 4-3 down.
There it is. You lost. Right. Frame 8. Jordan Sheffield to break. Leading 4 frames to 3.
Okay, somebody in the chat box was asking how Toby Bolt got on. I don't know the exact scoreline, but he is in the losers section, so obviously he lost his opening match earlier on. I think he was on during the 3 o'clock session. Yeah, I've just found out that Toby lost 11-10 to Andrew McKee. Actually, I think that might have been the session before last, so I think that was like the half 12 session. That was, looking at Q score, that was close all the way through. It's not too bad for Ben. I mean, there's he's still got a little bit of work to do to make it a clear-cut chance, but he's still alive and kicking in this frame. Not quite sure about the bottom yellow, whether or not that passes the red into the bottom right-hand pocket. That could be obviously an issue for Ben, something that he's got to unpuzzle. Yeah, we just can't quite tell. I don't think it does go. I think that's the ball that's sort of holding him back a little bit this frame. That's a nice shot there from Ben, just opening everything up. The matches in the winner's side, so the side of the draw that we're seeing now, they're first to 11. Matches on the loser's side, they don't start until tomorrow morning, they're first to 8. That's not gone well for Ben, although he still does have a shot. I think the red has gone away enough so we can actually double it and actually leave the white in a position where he can play the yellow into what will be the yellow pocket on the snooker table. Yeah, that's a nice shot. And he's got a nice angle here. Obviously, got to play this a little bit cutely. The pot's not a gimme, but also he's got to find a gap to get on the black. No, I was just holding back then, just in case it dropped. It's a really good chance this for Jordan then to reassert a 2-frame lead. Just wondering if he's got a little angle on this red on the cushion, whether he can just no, you can see he's quite straight on that. So he does have a little problem with the red closest to the black. Wow, he was I think he was trying to obviously manufacture an angle that possibly wasn't there. I guess the only saving grace for him is that he's the red's come back and blocked the black in that pocket, so it's not straightforward to this for Ben. There's in fact, the yellow's so close into the jaws, he's a little bit limited what he can do. He might actually possibly even screw back into it directly, or it's very difficult to judge how the cue was going to react with the ball so close into, with the ball so far into the jaws of her pocket.
10 seconds. 5, 4.
Yeah, so he did just screw back direct. Wow, he's got a shot, but it's a bit of a smelly one. I'm not sure it's one that he necessarily want to drop into the middle bag. I mean, this cueing is horrible, and he might just go long. That's a terrific shot from Ben Davies. Fantastic cueing. Yeah, that's it didn't come much tougher than that. That was really horrible. But that was a really good shot, and he manages to draw level from 4-1 down, so it's 4-all. So just going back to a few of the score lines around the arena. Josh Corker has won the opening frame against Jordan Church. Chris Melling is now 5-3 up on Joe Prince. He was 3-2 down, so he's won trio of frames there. Gareth Hibbert is 3-all with Richard Swaffield. Matt Brearley was 3-0 down to Liam White. He's won 3 in a row, so that's 3-all. Jez Graham, fellow Plymouth player, he's 2-1 up on Darren Appleton. That's on table 11, so I think that's one of the tables that we possibly might be streaming if you want to go over and watch that. Martin Hazal is 5-4 down against Dan Davey. Craig Marsh is 9-7 up on Lee Washbrook. Harjeet Singh last the Strachan Cup quarter-finalist, he's 4-3 up on Ian Duffy. Just skipping a few matches, we've got Liam Dunster is now he's 8-7 down to Matthew Schofield. So I think they're involved in a bit of a long protracted frame because it's been that scoreline for a little while now. Nothing down. Seemed to hit them pretty well, so it was just I think a case of just a little bit of misfortune not finding the ball. That's a nice little controlled shot there from Jordan, just opening up. That was a little bit sort of segregated away from his other reds. I presume that the red on the bottom cushion, he can play that off the yellow, off the black, which in turn would open up the pocket for the other red that's to the left of it. I think that's, yeah, we can see there that the bottom red on the cushion, it goes, but he could just open up the pocket a little bit more for the red next to it by potting it off the black. Just taking his extension. Just a little think about this. I think this is probably so he's actually going to play the other red and open up. That's not worked out fantastically for him because he's put the black in a unfavourable position now. So I think he's going to have to play another good shot somewhere down the line to open the black up. Nah, just hampered cue in there caused the issue, didn't it? He's actually hit it too well. He's got too much into that, and now he's in a. Well, I was going to say he was in a world of pain, but he's managed to pop the red. I think he's given himself a chance at the double. Just shy. It would have been a terrific finish if he managed to pop the black there, but he's given Ben half a chance here. Ben might need to play the yellow into the centre right-hand pocket and maybe get behind the other yellow that's closest to the black into the opposite corner pocket. Yeah, that's a good shot. Nice shot there, and that was the key shot to the frame. Can't see Ben having any issues here. He's just got to connect the dots. And it'll actually be 4 frames in a row. He was 4-1 down, so this will be the first time he actually takes the lead in the match. So simplest of blacks, and as we say, it's going to be 5-4. It's Ben Davies from 4-1 down. Okay, so just a quick roundup of what's been going on elsewhere in the arena. Leon Dunster and Matthew Schofield on table 4 is still 8-7. So like I say, that frame's been going on quite a while over on table number 4. Mike King is 6-4 up on Jamie Moray. Carl Boy's 9-6 up on Ben Tanner. Mark Farnsworth has managed to break away from Phil Malam. He's now 8-4 up. Dave Fernandez has a 5-frame advantage against Martin Taylor. He's 8-3 up. And it's 3-all between Callum Singleton and Michael Steele. So Ben's returned.
Frame 10, Jordan Shepherd to break, trailing 5 frames to 4.
Crunching break from Jordan, but how unlucky has he been there? That's real hard lines not to find a ball off the break there. I'm not sure if Ben was trying to move the red off the side cushion there. I'm not quite sure if he did or not, but he still on the red to the middle bag. Again, obviously the players are playing to such a great level that they don't necessarily have to move balls off cushions. They're more than good enough to obviously, like he's done now, just get behind it, leave a nice angle, and obviously trust himself. Yeah, another good pot from Ben. So obviously that's gone awry for Ben. Yes, you can just hear Ben asking for his extension. He just needs a little bit more breathing space for this one. So he's just trying to see if he can serve to the cushion, perhaps make this red. Yeah, he has. Is it going to make it? I don't think it has. But again, it might be one that he could just turn over a little bit. He's asked for total and he's got it, so he obviously can't get to the potting angle. Just wondering how much of a swerve it is. Yeah, that's too much, and it's a pretty nightmare scenario really for Ben, because he's pushed the red onto the bulk cushion, so all these yellows go somewhere for Jordan anyway, but that just gives him a little bit of an insurance policy, knowing that if he did miss or if he needs to tuck up anything like that, then Ben's not got a free shot to the red. I think the two yellows that he was looking at that are wedged together, I think they're a plant. I mean, if they're not touching, that you might be able to sort of manufacture it anyway, but yeah, I assume that that's a plant, because he did have an angle to either go into them or sort of leave himself one into the top right hand pocket. Yeah, there's no issue, so it should be 5-all anytime soon. Probably just see him nudge up into the black a little bit here. Keep the cue ball down where he wants it. Yeah, just a little nudge, and simple as it can be. And we're back to being all square. It's now best of 11. It's 5 frames all. I think we always assumed that this was going to be a real close affair between these two. I think, like I said, the last time they played, I think Jordan beat Ben on his way to winning a tournament. So he'll have positive memories of his last meeting with Ben. So just going back to some of the scorelines we mentioned earlier about sort of Liam Dunster, he had a very drawn-out frame against Matthew Schofield. He did win that, so now he's back at 8-all. He was 8-6 down, so that's looking a bit like a grandstand finish over on table number 4. Cole Boys is one away from going into the next round. He's 10-7 up on Ben Tanner. Jordan Church is now 3-1 up on Josh Corkett. Chris Mellins opened up a 2-frame advantage against Joe Prince. He's 6-4 up. Richard Swaffield is 5-3 up against Gareth Hibbert, a former world champion. Jez Graham has retaken the lead against Darren Appleton. He's 3-2 up.
Frame 11, Ben Davies to break, 5 frames apiece.
Oh, unlucky there. It was always tracking towards the top left-hand pocket, but one of the reds just helped it in. And wow, look at yellows. I can't see Jordan taking too much time depositing these. Yeah, so just using his free hit just to open up the yellow there. And wow, this is like a practice session, isn't it? You just spread the balls around the table. I was just going to say he just had to be a little bit careful. He wasn't going to be, complacent with that shot, but he actually, stood back and took stock on it. I think he's a little bit would have liked to be a little bit straighter, so he's just going to use a cushion. Yeah, that's fine. That's well played. He'll just probably bring the white out back into the centre of the table, around where the line is. Yeah, there we go. And simplest of blacks, and Jordan's back in front. 6-5, so swings and roundabouts in this match so far. Like I say, Jordan took a early 4-1 lead, and then Ben won 4 in a row to go 5-4 up, and Jordan's won 2 on the spin to retake the lead, so he's 6-5 up and past the halfway mark to the target, which is 11. Like I say, we are on a number of platforms this weekend. Obviously, we do have our YouTube channel where we're streaming 4 of the 4 tables at the same time. If you want to keep up to date with any any news on the event and what games are going to be streaming, sort of in the future sessions, you can please like the Players Pool Event Facebook group that you can be a part of. Also, if you're on Facebook while you're there, if you don't mind liking the Beard Productions page as well, because we put a lot of the information on there too. Obviously, we're on YouTube. We are also streaming live on Facebook and Twitter as well. So a lot of options on, a lot of ways to access this great event here at Players Pool and Snooker Lounge. So that was another thumping break from Jordan. Unfortunately for him, it just went straight off. Well, I'll say unfortunately, but it did. I don't think got kicked in at all. So I think that was a player error on that occasion. Stuart Bond in the YouTube chat box is asking if John McAllister playing yet. Yeah, he's just gone on. Stuart, he's playing Simon Fitzsimmons. I think that game was slightly delayed because they were waiting. The table that they were allocated was running a little bit late. And actually, Simon's taken the first frame, so Simon Fitzsimmons is 1-0 up on John McAllister. Again, you know, John McAllister is one of the players that, you know, a lot of people will be talking about this weekend. He's obviously Blackpool is his bag, so he should be comfortable. I think you might just see Ben perhaps nudging into the red here. Oh, is he? He is muttering away, but I think he's okay. Yeah, he's fine. Nearly popped out, but that's fine. So, yeah, again, the momentum of this match swings the other way. And Ben Davies is back on level pegging. It's 6-all. I think Jordan just said he's off to have a comfort break, so we'll be back with you when he returns.
Frame 13, Ben Davies to break, 6 frames each.
Okay, so everybody's back in the arena. We're just getting information about what the next matches will be on the stream, so that'll be the 8 o'clock session. As soon as we've got all that confirmed, we'll let you know. So as you see, it's a little bit messy. Top of the table here. Yeah, I think he really wanted to sort of plough into the red more than anything, in behind the red, so we could have opened everything up. Ben's got half a chance here. Obviously, the red at the top of the table, that's next to the yellow. That's going to be the main issue, but there are balls around that he could possibly break into. So there are options for him here. That's a clever shot there from Ben. He's kind of limited the risk and danger of that shot by playing it that way. Yeah, it was a deft little touch, that. Okay, so looks like he's going to go. He's going to leave the two balls sort of on the sides until last. So I guess this is all about obviously direction. Oh no, of course no. He's gonna play the big pocket, but no good. So the momentum swings back. Now Jordan's got an issue with obviously trying to. So he's gone straight for it. Oh, just nudged the yellow on the way through. I think that was definitely reaching its preferred destination of potting the red, but just clipped the yellow on the way through. Well, he was choosing to duck then, but I don't think he's got the snooker on the red at the bottom pocket. So that was a careless error there. I see Jordan shaking his head there. I mean, that cube could have gone anywhere, and the two yellows sort of congregated together, but then they sort of separated. So he's got free access to this red. Oh, wow. Possibly the last thing I was expecting with that outcome. You could see how much side he was putting in, how much right hand side he was putting on there to bring it back, and I can only assume he was playing, the black into the same pocket. And if you look where the cue ball is, it's nowhere near. So I think that just proves how sort of badly he hit that. So again, Jordan's got a problem with where the black's going to go. I mean, he's got options. He could potentially leave a double. Could try and bring it out somehow, but I've got a feeling that he might. Well, the way he's looking at things, it looks as if he's going to try and develop the black. Looks a little bit straight for me. He went to move it, and it's not great, but At least he's got a poke at a double. No. I just wonder whether or not, with the way he was on that last yellow, whether it might have been better to, just set up a better fashioned pop at the double. So again, Ben's, he's just, probably a foot short there from ideal position, but you wouldn't expect Ben Davies to miss this black. And he doesn't, it's safely down, and Ben retakes the lead at 7-6, so, it really is sort of going back and forth this game. Okay, so just looking at some of the other scorelines. So Liam Dunster's matches, he's now 9-8 down to Matthew Schofield. So that's a bit of a longer match going on there. Mike King is 1 frame away from victory against Jamie Moray. Simon Fitzsimmons is 3-0 up on John McAllister. Michael Steele is just edging it against Callum Singleton. He's 5-4 up. Harjeet Singh is 6-4 up on Ian Duffy. Martin Hazal has turned things around against Dan Davies, now 8-6 up. Jez Graham is keeping his advantage against Dan Appleton, he's 4-3 up.
Frame 14.
And Matt Brearley is 5-all with Liam White. So it's Jordan's break, and this time he has been rewarded for a good connection. He's made a ball off the break. And both cover sets don't look too bad here.
Time running.
Loads aside there just to bring it back to where he wanted to do. That was a controlled cannon there onto the black. I still think the black will go into the bottom left-hand pocket. And again, he using sort of oodles aside there to get the cue ball where he wanted to. Just wondering, he's not straight on this yellow, so I think he wanted to try and get straight on the yellow so he could run through and play the yellow on the side cushion. He may have to go into the yellow here. That's not worked out ideally for him. I thought he might have just tried to play a little softer cannon than that, but there wasn't much space to play it in, and that's obviously one of the beauties of this, cue sports discipline, where you don't have much playing surface to sort of work with at times. Yeah, that's a good shot there from Jordan. That's calculated that really well. Well, here we go then. It's back to all square. It's 7-all. We thought it was going to be a close affair between these two Welsh Titans, and we haven't been disappointed. It's 7 frames all, so it's a best of 7 now to get into the second round. The winner of this match will be playing later on this evening in the 10:30 session. So we do have 2 more mainstream matches after this one. One will be at 8 o'clock, one will be at 10:30. As soon as we know about the selection of matches, we will let you know. If you're not online, if you're not watching us, and you want to find out, you can either go to our the Bearded Productions Facebook page or the Players Pool event group on Facebook, where you will see what matches have made the stream tables. So just looking at some other matches around the arena. Got Jordan Church is 4-2 up on Josh Corkett now. Chris Melling is 9-6 up on Joe Prince. Chris was a little bit behind earlier on, but he's looks like he's going to get through. Gareth Hibbert has also turned around against Richard Swaffield. He's 1-3 on the spin. He's now 6-5 up. Matt Brearley, Liam White, they're locked at 5-3. Jez Graham has furthered his advantage against Darren Appleton. He's now 5-3 up. That's one of the matches on the other stream tables, I believe.
Frame 15, Ben Davies to
And
break.
Martin Hazal has really turned around against Dan Davies, now 9-6 up, so he's only 2 away from victory. And Liam Dunster is now 9-0 with Matthew Schofield. So that's going to be going down to the wire. Ooh. Well, quite a few balls threatened to go in there, including the cue ball, but nothing did. Yeah, it was a nice little shot there from Jordan. Schmaggy's just bang into the yellow a little bit here, yep, to keep it in optimum position. I think the black goes, the red, Jordan's going to pot now. I think the black might go into that pocket as well, so that will just gives him another option in a minute when he's, yeah, that quite clearly passes the yellow, so it's about sort of giving yourself options, isn't it? So, well, he's actually moved the black. I think that was more really just to hold the cue where he wanted it to. Someone asking in one of the chat boxes how Seb Webb got on. I'm not sure of the scoreline, but I know he lost to Neil Raybo. Just checking Q score there. It was actually 11-3 to Neil against Seb. Of course, that doesn't mean Seb is out of the competition. That just means he moves over to the B side. But he won't be playing again until tomorrow morning. So Jordan's done a good job of navigating these balls, and again the lead's gonna change hands, and it's now 8-7 to Jordan Shepherd. As I said, there was quite a difference in opinions about the pricing of this match, and I think the price has changed a little bit from when they initially sort of priced them up. But certainly before I come to the commentary booth, Jordan was the 8-11 favourite. Martin Hazal is now on the hill against Dan Davies, 10-6 up. Harjeet Singh is just shading it against Ian Duffy, he's 6-5 up. Ryan Clark is 3-0 up on Bash Maksud. This is the last 16 matches of the opening round. Like I say, the winners of the matches today, they'll play later on this evening. So there's going to be an 8 o'clock session and a 10:30 session. The losers of the opening round will play again until tomorrow.
Jordan Shepherd to break, leading 8 frames to 7.
see well, you could probably hear that frustration from Jordan there. He's hitting really well, but hasn't been rewarded at all.
Seconds. Extension called.
So you just see Ben was being warned for 10 seconds remaining, but he's asked for his extension. Just taking a little bit more thinking time over this. Yeah, I think he's going to be okay here. I think the yellow that's causing the most concern is the one at the bottom right hand section of the table, but I think he's got options to get on that. Yeah, that looks good. I think the yellow is going to play on to next, the one most central in the table. That goes into the right middle. Carl Smith is asking when the real number one is playing Tom Cousins. So, of course, he's talking about George Tierney. He's, I believe he's playing at the 8 o'clock session. We're just waiting to hear confirmation of whether or not that will be streamed at all. I should argue it will be streamed in some capacity. That's gone awry. He was Ben was obviously trying to open up that pocket for the yellow by moving the red out of the way, but unfortunately for him, it's gone wrong. Take a good shot to get out of trouble here. Now that's just wide. That's a good cue ball, but there was two very difficult elements to that shot, and it was a little bit too much in the end. I think, yeah, he's fine. I was just wondering whether or not that red had married itself up to the black, but he's fine. Wow, he's obviously trying to get onto his tricky red, and just hasn't quite got into the cue ball enough there. can get through to the reds near the middle pocket, but still leaves him with a problem with the red up the table and bulk. And I'm not sure that's ideal. He might be able to manufacture an angle here, but he's going to have to use a fair bit of right hand side here. Or is it? It might be natural actually. Yeah, it wasn't too bad, but that's you could say that's unfortunate there. I think it could have landed kinder than that. He does have a shot, but it's I presume he can't pot it in the left hand pocket, so he's going to have to play a blind shot as a. Well, maybe it does go in the right hand pocket. Yeah, it did. It did. He's hit that well, and he is on the black. So this black to go 9-7 up. Yeah, make sure the black, no problems. You can see that means quite a lot to Jordan. So he re-establishes a two-frame lead, and that's the first time he's been 2 in front since 4-2. And he has managed to break away a little bit. 9-7 up, needs 2 more for victory. Okay, so just looking about, Chris Melling is now on the hill against Joe Prince. He's 10-8 up. Richard Swaffield has again taken the lead against Gareth Hibbert, so that game's chopping and changing. Liam White, that really again is a real close affair. Liam White is now 7-6 up. Darren Appleton is now 5-4 down to Jez Graham. Ian Duffy and Harjeet Singh is 6-all. Michael Steele still 5-4 up on Callum Singleton. Simon Fitzsimmons is 4-2 up on John McAllister. And Liam Dunster, after being behind 8-6, is now 10-9 up, so he's on the hill against Matthew Schofield. As I say, these are the last set of matches before we move into the next round of the competition that begins at 8 o'clock. Yeah, Richard Hepp in the one of the chat boxes said it was a nice finish after losing position. Yeah, I think it was. He done well there not to sort of beat himself up, because he could have had a couple of things went wrong in that clearance, but he Jordan held himself together, and that's what I was saying before about doesn't beat himself up as much at the minute, so he did well. So crunching break again from Ben. He has found a ball off the break. I think what's really nice about playing first to 11s is that it's a real good test of match play acumen. It's we've seen it here. Frames have been traded, and the match has swung back and forth. Jordan was 4 frames up, and then Ben took the lead, back to level for a little bit. Now Jordan's back in the lead, so perhaps on a shorter race you don't tend to get so much of a story. Of a tournament of this magnitude, you want to be playing longer races than what we possibly would usually play in tournaments. Up and down the country, you want a true we want a true outcome of they do say obviously the better players will come through on a longer format. So I think playing first to 11 certainly is validated for something like this series. Oh, he's had another thumping kick then. He's had another kick. You can see that the cue ball, it physically jumped. I could see that it just completely took all the pace out of the cue ball. I think that's about, you know, possibly the third or fourth time that's happened to Ben this match. It happened in the opening frame when he looked like he was clearing up, and it cost him the opening frame. Yeah, well, that's a nice recovery, and Jordan actually taps his knee in appreciation. It was a nice shot. I guess the only problem is that he is a little bit straight on this yellow. I don't think he can get particularly close to the black.
Extension called.
Ben's just taking his extension for the shot. He knows it's a big shot in the context of the frame and the match, so obviously felt that he couldn't do too much with that, so he's just sort of took his medicine and set himself at the back. And I think, you know, he's conscious of all the kicks that he's had, that he's asking our referee to clean the cue ball. Yeah, big shot this in the context of the match. If he can pot this, move to one behind. If he misses it, he's kind of just giving free rein to Jordan. Wow, it'll be good to have a look at a replay of that, because he didn't pot that clean. That's come off the red. So he's got away with that one a little bit. So, but maybe, you know, I think possibly might be a little bit of justice there for Ben, because, you know, a couple of kicks that he has had, you know, have had, you know, bad effects on him. So perhaps he might have been deserved of that little touch. So we're Ben's back to just one behind, 9-8 to Jordan. A few people talking on the stream about the gloves that the referees are using. We can see that they're quite unique. Sometimes they look like a set of Home Alone gloves. Yeah, I think what they're there for is obviously, you know, the actual cloth of the gloves. They can still obviously clean the balls, but because they have to sort of take on and off this, you know, the supreme rack, and, you know, occasionally mark balls to take it off. That's tricky with sort of the cloth on the fingertips. So I think it's yeah, obviously it's something new, and people are obviously going to pick up on it. But I think it's actually a good idea. Okay, so opportunity for Jordan to get on the hill. The Reds closest to the middle pocket on the left-hand side. I think they're far enough away from the cushion that they're not, don't need to be quite exactly behind them. But I think he's probably going to play the red and black into the same corner pocket. I think that's just straight enough that he can just drop it in and not bring the white out too far into the middle of the table. Just got to... Yeah, that's. I think that's okay. Well, did hit the cushion halfway down. Obviously, with I think Jordan know that he's probably got away with that one, but it was just at the right pace, wasn't it? Just to drop, and we know with new slippy cloths, possibly as well. Obviously, we've got more lighting on this table as well. That the cushions heat up and it can slide in a bit more than other tables. So it was. We'll just put it down as just the right pace. So, if Ben Davies is going to win this match, he's going to have to win 3 frames on the trot. He does have, I think it's his break next. So he does have 2 of 3 breaks. So, I mean, if he could, find a couple of sort of breaking dishes, possible that he could get back into this, but he will be relying on his opponent a little bit. So here we go then. So we can only, he's probably going to have to take set frame at a time. Crunching break. Is that yellow going to carry on going? Nope. No, it's not. So just showing you a prime example of why they're using sort of fingerless gloves, because he can take the ball away there. I think it's because, without sounding too boring or technical, I think obviously they're all made of different materials, so sometimes they're a little bit easier to remove. Yeah, so naturally there's a few sort of comments in the chat rooms about how Jordan's last shot before the black went in. Yeah, it did seem to hit the cushion halfway down, but like I say, I think it's a factor of he did play at the right pace. He played at a pace that happened. Like I say, we're playing with sort of like new slippy cloth, so that's a factor. Also, the heating of the lights and sometimes even sort of the room temperature can make a factor, but it has been noted. So there's a fair bit of work here for Jordan if he's thinking about winning it from this position. Got the red at the top of the table. You'll have to land in a certain position to be on the yellow at the bottom of the table. Yeah, I mean, yep, Stu obviously, that's a fair comment, I guess. just more really, you know, into Stu's comment in the chat box. Yeah. Just perhaps giving a reason why it might have happened on this table compared to others. I mean, you know, the pockets haven't been altered in any way, any templates or anything like that. I'm sure if the table was more, you know, more well played on, that wouldn't have gone in. We can see, you know, a fantastic arena. It's looking fantastic. There's we've got seating either side of it, and obviously there at the back there, and obviously the fantastic trophy on offer to the winner, whoever's who's going to be lifting that on Sunday evening. If it is Mick Hill, he might need a hand lifting the trophy with his ongoing neck issues. I mean, if you didn't watch earlier, I mean, Mick won, you know, very comfortably in the end, but he did struggle early doors. He is suffering a bit with a neck injury, so that's something to keep an eye on. He, you know, he is the tournament favourite. Yeah, so Ben's doing a fairly good job here. Obviously the black doesn't go into the bottom right hand pocket, so he needs to get the cue ball the other side of it, the right side of it, so he can put it into the left hand pocket. I think what he wanted to do is he wanted to pot this red, the red that he's about to pot, into the left hand corner pocket. He wanted to be straight on that, so that's the reason why he's going to play the one in the middle now. I think he's alright there. He just wanted to be just off straight so he can sort of pull this across. So this is now all about speed and placement of a, you know, a fairly small area. Oh well, yeah, that was another option, I guess, going into it. Of course, that's well judged. So Ben keeps his hopes alive. Good finish in the end. There was a couple of issues he had to overcome. It's now 10-9. So just a quick recap of what's going on elsewhere in the arena. We've got Ryan Clark is 5-2 up on Bash Maksud. Jordan Church is 7-3 up on Josh Corkett. Richard Swaffield has opened up another advantage against Gareth, but he's now 9-7 up. So with no disrespect to Richard, that would be a little bit of a surprise. Liam White is just shading against Matt Brady, 8-7. Darren Appleton's managed to get it back level with Jez Graham. That's now 6-all. Harjeet Singh is 8-6 up on Ian Duffy. Michael Steele is 6-5 up on Callum Singleton. Simon Fitzsimmons is 5-3 up on John McAllister. And Liam Dunster's game, the current number 1 in the series after 2 final appearances, is 10-0 with Matthew Schofield. So that's a hill game. Wow, you could see there that, and you can see how, but I think, you know, I don't think the cue ball was, you know, bumped in any way, so, you know, Jordan has screwed directly back into that corner pocket himself, so I'm not, you know, I think, again, that's a player error, not something that's necessarily unlucky. Yeah, so just Ben using the free hit to open everything up, and wow, the complexion of the match has taken a really different view now, isn't it? Ben's at the table. Should be depositing these to make it 10-0, and if he does, he's got the break in the decider. So a minute ago we were talking about being sort of 10-8 down and needing a few things to go his way. It has, but now he has to get the job done himself. It's not too bad. I'm not sure that he actually wanted to hit the red. So he's going bottom of the table first. The room is starting to fill up, because I think people realise in the other room that this game could potentially be going all the way. So people are making their way into the arena. Yeah, that's fine. So it's all about leaving himself an angle on his last red to just track down for the black. And if he does, we've got a 10-0 game. Well, he's gone the other way, so he's going to use the bulk cushion to get up and down on this black. I think he's just got enough of an angle that it's not a problem. He's just got to... Yep. Could have been a little bit easier, but you know, we're not talking about your average Joey. We're talking about a world champion, a reigning world champion. So, yep, just yeah, to go into the wide part of the pocket, but safely deposited in the end, and it is 10-0. So we have got the Hill game that we sort of kind of anticipated. Really, here on the stream table, I think that's the first Hill game we're going to watch on the main arena. So elsewhere, we do also have a Hill match on table number 4 between Liam Dunster and Matthew Schofield. Darren Appleton has taken the lead against Jez Graham, I think, for the first time, 7-6. Gareth Hibbert is now within 1 against Richard Swaffield. So Swaffield is now 9-8 up.
Frame 21. Ben Davies to break. 10 frames each.
Okay, then, so here we go. We've the players shake hands, and you know we've been playing not even 2 hours yet. We've played 20 frames of pool. Nothing down. Wow, and look at reds. Look at reds. That red top right hand pocket. Tantalised and teased, but wow, what an opportunity now for Jordan.
Time running.
guess this is about holding the backside, as you would say, holding it all together. I think Penn's probably resigned to the fact that this match has gone now. It would take a pretty extraordinary error from Jordan not to clear up here. Would be like to be closer to as close to the red as possible, but I think he's going to be fine regardless. Yeah, nice shot, just to dolly up the rail, and I think he's home and hosed. I think he's so there we go then. This black for an 11-10 victory. Yep. So Jordan Shepherd is our winner here at 11 frames to 10. It was an entertaining match. It did sort of swing back and forth. And I think Jordan is going to go into our interview room with Lee Kendall in a few minutes' time to see how he felt that went. So if you want to hold on a little bit, you will hear that interview. We're going to be back at 8 o'clock with our next stream game. But like I say, if you want to hold on, you should get an interview with our winner Jordan Shepherd with Lee Kendall in a few minutes' time. So stay tuned.
Well, that was a great match there, joined by the winner Jordan and the man that commentates on it, Mike Day from Keyview.
Yeah.
You commentated. How do you think the match went, Mike?
Yeah, it was a really good game. I was just saying in the commentary box about that's the beauty of having a longer match there, first to 11. It really did sort of swing back and forth, didn't it? I mean, you took a 4-1 early advantage, and then he sort of come back at you. It was back and forth, wasn't it?
A bit like tennis, to be fair.
Yeah, it was. And I mean, I was saying about at 10-8 down. Ben actually had 2 of the last 3 breaks, so I'm saying he still had the chance to be, but obviously he needed a little bit of help. And
he got it, didn't he?
Yeah.
Went straight enough, and I thought, not today. I'll get him.
But you weren't thinking that at 10-0 when he's broke dry and they couldn't have come out any better.
No, I just thought to myself, compose yourself, and make sure you pin the white every time. And luckily, I think well, obviously it was easy, but I thought I held it together pretty well. No bits of doubt, if you know what I mean.
There was no traffic. That was a good part about it. They were all near the pocket. You could just.
You
could have gone 10 ways.
I didn't have to stump on ball, I don't think. Yeah. Just had to make sure I got on him right. But yeah, I didn't sometimes feel a bit of pressure in the deciders, but I think because it was that easy, I thought just get on with it, don't mess about, just get them gone.
Yeah, I mean, from what I asked the guys, they said it was a very high standard match. So
Yeah,
I don't think I think obviously we could both play better, but the breaks kind of dictated that, where none of us could get really like a lot of momentum, you know, because a lot of dry breaks and stuff. I thought if one of us broke well, obviously it would have been easier to shut the other person out, but kept giving chance back and forth, and it's not really what I like doing. I like just if you're on top of someone, I like to keep them there. You know what I mean?
I think you one thing I mentioned in the commentary is that you actually held yourself together. There's a couple of times where you could have got frustrated.
Yeah.
What I've noticed is that something that you worked on in terms of sort of your temperament, not sort of beating yourself up, just forgetting about it, and then
just because you can't expect to pot every single ball. No. There's going to be times when you make mistakes, and I think that's what I've worked on a lot lately. Just stop beating yourself up when,
because you didn't really have a shot the two previous range for the deciders. So even though they were all there, you've held yourself together well just to.
Yeah, just to get the job done. Because it is a massive, that's a massive frame. Because Ben goes into the first round losers now, and it's well, you know how hard it is. It's an absolute minefield, you know, with the standard of players. Like,
yeah, it's tough to come through, but I mean, this time we're playing down to the last 16, so it's not as hard as it was in the last two events, but it's still a long way back.
Yeah, it's still. You'd rather be in the second round of the winners, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean,
instead of being, you know.
And with the standard of players in this tournament, for you two to play first match up, one of you is going to be the wrong end of the match. So
that's the beauty of the open draw, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it does add a bit of spice to it.
Yeah, I mean, we do that for the first four, then the grand final will be seeded on how you've done throughout the year. Okay. So
I better win some matches then.
Win some matches, get your ranking up there, so you're not having to play him again in the, first round.
I don't think Ben's done that well either.
No, he hasn't had a good year so far, but there's nothing to say he can't come back through the loser side. And
yeah, of course, but I think with I felt a lot more settled than with it being Blackball. The first two events was pretty much a write-off for me.
Yeah.
Because I could never settle. I never felt like that.
Do you think that was a mental thing?
Probably, mate. Yeah, probably. But I just never felt that easy. But when I was playing, then I thought, I feel fine.
You don't need to second guess yourself.
No, because you know what? Obviously, I'm assuming if you played Blackball, I'd be
the same as you.
Exactly. Yeah. Just when I was thinking to myself, if the first two events, if I wasn't sure if I was playing the right shot, I was playing matches thinking, right.
Well, there's one match. Was it your match where you've?
I didn't see the ball go in yet, but I know you're
both
on about.
Balls, and someone said, "Is he playing black ball rules?" And the guys honestly were playing world rules, but didn't realise.
I remember smashing the pot, and I thought I was being lucky not to be perfect, and I didn't even realise the ball went in. And then obviously I'm getting hammered on Facebook and stuff afterwards.
I had a few messages myself. They're playing black balls. No, they aren't. It's
I wish we was.
But no, well done.
Thank you very much.
Have you looked to your next opponents? Did you look?
I think it's Harjeet or Ian Duffy. I just seen the names above me.
Well, Harjeet had a good event last time.
Yeah, I always like the way Harjeet plays. He's a good player. I like the way he plays. Better than his dad.
Well, he took his place in the series from his dad, so and he got to the quarters, so it'll be a tough match. Should he win that match?
Yeah, he's a great player. Yeah. But nice to get through.
Okay, well done.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
The next match will be Omar Munchin from Morocco against Ryan Passini from Malta. We spiced it up a little bit. We could have put George Teeney and Tom Cousins, but they've been on the stream already, and everybody of that standard in the winner side deserve a chance to get through to the TV side, and I'm sure you'll still have a great match. Okay, that match will be shortly. See you later.